28 days later. Hi everyone, today is Sunday the 29th of March. This is your coronavirus update. Just a few thoughts here. I'm at Salford Central train station, behind me there. And this is very common now in Manchester, these large 20-storey, 25-storey modern apartment developments. And just like the Diamond Princess cruise with the kind of air ventilation through every cabin, every passenger got infected, these new apartment blocks have shared ventilation systems. It's a cost-cutting thing. And what they're going to do, all these young people that are under quarantine, they're all going to get infected, massively so. The quarantine is not working. I'm going to do an alternative view, just not from this exact point. I think a bus driver just said, "Charlie," I think he recognized me, so I'll go and say hello. Yeah, the V1 driver, he did say, "Charlie." We did the elbow bump behind his viral shield. Anyway, again, look, building a lot of apartment blocks. There's another one. How many floors there? 24 floors I can see. Again, everything with shared air vents. It was always too late to quarantine. There's more groups of homeless hanging out in groups. There's 3 and a fourth that just crossed the road. They're all in close proximity. Anyway, some comic relief. Always important to have some comic relief. No cash, booze, or bog roll. Toilet paper. I'm maybe one of 10 people in all of Manchester city centre. You guys remember when Daniel Craig was going to star in a film called No Time to Die? It was a theme song by Billie Eilish. That girl needs to smile a bit more. Don't run me over. Single car in all of Manchester. And behold, a pale pigeon. It's not scared. Yesterday, on the news, the Chief Medical Officer of the United Kingdom government said that we will have done very well if we manage to keep deaths beneath 20,000. We've just had our first 1,000 confirmed yesterday. There's about 300 dead in the UK, 600 dead in Spain, 1,000 dead in Italy. This is all confirmed. Iran's still lying, saying 300 dead. It's probably more like 3,000 dead. China's still lying, saying 5 dead. It's probably more like 500 dead. So we will see. Anyway. Are the police going to stop that massive gaggle of people being together? There's like 8 people all huddled together and the police not caring. They're not enforcing the quarantine. Have a look at this. They're not enforcing it. Look at these guys having a party together. They don't care. Maybe we should ask them. Turns out there's undercover detectives breaking up this group of people as we speak. There you go. They're being broken up. Broken up! Thank you for your service, gentlemen. Have a good quarantine. One of the undercover detectives just said, "Hey, Charlie, is your walk essential?" I said, "Oh, exercise, mate." And we had a good laugh. The man's angry because I'm filming. He's just made a threat to hit me, and the policeman's saying, "You'll be under arrest if you make a threat again." All right, he's under arrest. Thank you for your service, officers. We're here at Piccadilly Gardens. This is the kind of the bad part of Manchester city centre. There's a lot of things going on. There's a policeman wearing a blue mask who I recognise. Nice guy, I've spoken to him before. And he's dealing with, I guess, the homeless who are speaking to...
Hey, friend.
Hello, please don't come too close because of the virus.
You're the guy who tried to stop all the drug dealers over there, weren't you?
I was the man who tried to stop all the drug dealers. Thank you.
Somebody with a moral compass, mate.
Thank you for your support. You know, maybe it's time to criticise the quarantine. It's clearly not keeping people apart, especially not in the city centres. I actually supported, and I did Facebook posts supporting Boris Johnson's herb immunity. I'm a silly sausage now. I guess I should just hang out and destroy my life and smoke synthetic spice. That would be good. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, it's time to criticise this quarantine. The government today, Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock, Chris Grayling, Chief Medical Officer, they're now talking about a 6-month to a 1-year quarantine. Can you imagine house arrest for 1 year? They're slowly dripping out the truth. Now here's the thing, I'm going to keep my head still because look at the effect when I move my head around. It's annoying. Let's keep the head still. When you keep the elderly or people at home, you slow down the exponential growth of the virus. South Korea acted immediately. Now their exponential growth is a 45-degree angle. So don't be under the illusion that there isn't any coronavirus in South Korea. It's just that their growth is just a bit less terrifying than that. Let's say, for example, you get zero growth and there's only a few cases. As soon as you end the quarantine, you reset the exponential death graph to zero, and it goes like that again. If South Korea released everyone, it would just go like that. Do you see that?
I'm on the fucking telly. You told me I'd never be famous.
So, the herd immunity, it was just that we stand strong at Thermopylae, the hot gates, the 300 Spartans against the trillions of virus. Yes, we take casualties. Yes, it's chaos. Yes, it's bad for a month or two, but then it's over. Doing this quarantine system, it's not like a murderer that comes in the night, and if sunrise comes, the murderer's gone. This quarantine, all it's doing is delaying the inevitable, which everyone's going to get infected. 20% of those that get infected will need hospital treatment, and of those, many will die. If South Korea releases the people onto the street, it'll just go exponential again. People are not understanding. It's not the case of, oh, lock down for 6 weeks and then it'll be gone. No, if you lock down for 6 weeks and then you open the doors again, it'll go exponential again. And this is the worst thing. This is why a million conspiracy theories are being spun. Because we've never had 4 billion people under lockdown. We've never had a death rate of between 10 and 20% decimating the public. Generally, though, I still support the medical advice to quarantine and isolate, because the last thing I want is my parents who are in their 70s not being able to get a ventilator. Let me get out of the... There's a Wayne, I think Wade or Wayne, nice policeman, friendly. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a police van, this white van. It's a council and police van. The government, the central government down in London, we call it Westminster, they have told every local council in the UK they need to house every last homeless person by the end of this weekend, which is tonight. And I agree, they're huddling in big groups, they're obviously compromised immune systems, they're smoking dangerous drugs. They're going to get decimated unless there is some forceful compassion. They need to get taken away from the bad habits, just for 5 minutes, the same way we would do with our kid. If your son was doing this, you'd use forceful compassion to save his life. Of course you would, and it's the same with humanity. It's time. It is time.